And coming to you live from the Port Dickson Golf and Country Club over in Bandar Baru, Sunggala, Malaysia. I am your host, Yaku of the Zakus, and with me today I have La Mas Caliente de las Aguas himself, Light_VIP. How you doing, Light?
I actually like that one. That was a good one. That was the best one you've done. What's up, Yaku? We're back. We're here. It's ESL Open Cup number 6, fueled by Dare, and oh boy, we have quite a bracket.
That indeed we do. You know what, Light? I gotta tell you something. We are full disclosure. We are starting with Chase versus JusticeSimon, which we'll talk a bit more of shortly. I'm sure we have a lot to say, but I gotta tell you, Light, this bracket, it's pretty hot.
It is indeed hot. Oh, God.
Almost as hot as the new Dare Iced Coffee Heated Edition. No, wait, Heated Brew. Coming to a store near you.
Yeah. If that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. It will. Just give it some time as we do get into our first series, which, as you said, will be Chase versus JusticeSimon.
This
a matchup we haven't seen before, I don't think.
No, we haven't, which is part of the reason why when we first saw it in the bracket, we just thought that's what we're going for today. This is the one. Chase, the ace. We all know him. We love him. He's the man who proxy hatched Probe.
He is the man who took down Probe and Azure.
And
in the same
Azure.
Week. Yeah.
Ooh. That is definitely somebody to get hyped for. And on the other side of that, we have the best Protoss player from Vietnam, possibly gunning for that top player from Vietnam spot if Mio-Micah's not careful. It is, I want to say, the player who's played in the most GPOs. It's a Simon of Justice. JusticeSimon. But yeah, he is. We're always learning something new about him every week. In fact, it's only recently that I kind of discovered that he only really started playing the game. Not even at the release of Legacy, like a year or two in. I think it was something like 2018, late 2018. Or something along those lines. So there's definitely a lot to be looking forward to here. Let's take a look. If we do, in fact, have a lobby. Yep, the lobby has been set up. It is going to be a ZvP.
It's kind of set up.
Oh, you don't have... Right. And Chase is now realizing...
So, let me tell you what just happened. So Chase made the lobby. He invited me and JusticeSimon. I told him to make it with GameHeart. He left. I left. And then he rejoined the same one that we had left, thinking that JusticeSimon had remade it. Oh, God. Amazing.
And I say yes. Oh, Simon didn't make this lobby. Got it.
Yeah, it's all coming together. All right, we now actually have a lobby.
I wouldn't blame Chase for not noticing. It must, from where he's standing, from how high up his brain is standing, there's probably a lot of little details that he's gonna have to overlook.
Yeah, it's just hard having such a big brain. It's the struggles of life, right? And yeah, speaking about that, I did actually want to mention that earlier today, actually, there was a practice session that was happening over on Katz's stream.
Oh, go into detail.
And Chase and Mighty Kiwi may have been involved, so...
Are you leaving us in suspense, or is that all the info that you know?
I'm just looking forward to it because it's cool to see, like, this history between Mighty Kiwi and Katz. Like they were himself. They like lived together for a long time. It's just really cool that he's still interacting with the C scene. I didn't know that Chase also would practice and go over like builds and stuff with him as well. So I think that's really cool.
I always find it so fascinating how the Latin American and the Oceanian/C regions do have that history with each other, and
Yeah,
it might have honestly have started with Root with cats. It might have probably started with Root, but yeah, it's I guess we're lucky that it happened because two sort of kindred spirits, shall we say?
yeah,
in StarCraft 2. At least we got each other.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird scenario of Root and the oceanic scene because I think it started with the disbandment of what was it called, Fnatic Array? I think that's what they were called. Like this was an Australian team that had players like Fenner and Petraeus and Igus and all these guys, and when they disbanded, Root basically picked everyone up. And I think that's kind of where it started. Yeah.
And now over here at the CranKy Ducklings, we're kind of continuing that.
I don't know if I'd get that far, but sure, yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't house them and whatnot, but got a lot of Latam on our channel in addition to the Oceania.
Yeah.
All right, our lobby has it set up. We are loading into game. As we load on in. I said as we load on, thank you. And speaking of loading on in, we are going to be loading on in the to Nightshade LE, otherwise known as Belladonna. Belladonna stands for LE stands for linking expectations. That's when you gotta have your expectations and then you have to get the reality, right? But you gotta have the link between the two. In the bottom right hand corner map, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map, it is gonna be greens. You know why it's green light? It's because that's the color of the biggest and brightest of brains. He is Mr. Big Brain himself. Coming all the way from Australia, representing Mindfreak SC, it is Chase.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss representing Alpha X. It is JusticeSimon.
JusticeSimon.
Look, you keep doing this. And
here's the thing. I noticed that you had a bit of a pause there. So I was like, aha, I'm infecting Light's brain.
It's not. God damn it, Yaku.
Oh, is that incidental?
Nah. It's two words, man. JusticeSimon.
Yeah. No, it's all part together. Well, I guess you could make the argument, but I mean, there's no space. But then again, Simon is with a capital S, so it is kind of two words, but it's also kind of not. I don't know, man. But speaking of things that are kind of not, this is something that I'm a little bit. I wonder how this is going to play out because Chase, as we all know, Mr. Big Brain himself, JusticeSimon deals with Big Brain squared, known as Miomaika. So.
Yeah. I would say that if there's any Protoss player in the region that is going to have a chance against someone with as big a brain as Chase, it's going to be JusticeSimon. Because he has played countless times against Miomaika himself.
Exactly. I'm not sure if I call him the father of all big brains, but definitely in the Oceania/C region, he is.
Yeah, he's definitely up there with someone like Katz himself, right? Just come up with like weird. It's different because Katz is the kind of person that like is methodical and comes up with these strategies, and it feels like Miomaika, he doesn't think, he just does. You know? His eyes roll into the back of his head, and his body just acts on everything.
Well. I would have disagreed with you if not for the fact that I've seen that game where he made Ultralisks versus Immortals.
Yeah. That was a bad spirit. That one, the one that overtook his body. But yeah, JusticeSimon being pretty solidly the second best player in Vietnam, like at least the second best, right?
I would argue that. I would say that he's actually getting up there. He has a lot of potential behind it. As we learned recently, he's actually a very he adopted StarCraft 2 very, very recently. I believe towards the end of 2018 it was.
Yeah,
that he started playing.
And that goes to show just how impressive he is as a player to be able to rise as fast as he did. There are a couple of players like that, but like we don't, you know, it's just cool to see that, you know, right here, right now, right?
It is. Oh, it very much is. I missed out on a lot of these sort of rising stars who ended up getting their big breaks years into their career. But so I'm glad that JusticeSimon is somebody who I can watch live.
Yeah, and you can just see his progression over the course of 2019 and even 2020. We can see how he like progresses when it comes to his skill, and how he can go on from now.
One thing that has not progressed that much though is his build orders, as we do see JusticeSimon going for that same old safe Stargate play that he typically likes to do. Although I'm sure that there will be a couple of Protoss players in the chat who will tell me why it's the best build to go for.
I mean, like Twilight Council and Glaive Adept openers have also been pretty popular recently, as the meta has shifted a bit. But yeah, you know, just going for his standard or more standard Stargate opener. We did see Chase immediately scout it with an Overlord, so Chase already has spores ready for it, or he should at least. No, never mind. He's pulling a Chappie actually.
Alrighty then. Not too sure what that means, but I can take a couple of hints.
Yeah, it was
context clues.
Yeah, I think it was an SDO. No, I think it was Chappie versus Probe, where Chappie scouted said Stargate opener and instead tried to defend with queens instead of spores, like even though he scouted it. So yeah, Chase does lose 7 workers there.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that while they're mobile, they don't really hit that hard. Although if you get enough numbers of them, if you get enough numbers of them, they can be pretty effective. For the most part, though, it's not too much is going to be done by Chase here. Just gets a little bit of a scout out, sees that JusticeSimon has got a third base up and running, or is getting that up and running. So he's going to be looking to go on the aggressive fairly soon.
And we'll see if Chase's greed pays off, because even though he just lost 7 workers, like he's still way ahead in the drone count compared to JusticeSimon. So Chase being a little bit greedy here, not really focusing too much on his army, focusing on his economy first, and now also taking up, getting that +1 melee of all things, as well as Baneling speed and Roach speed as well. He's getting like a little bit of everything.
I was told by Jed about this strategy. It is get to 80 drones and pray. Chase, you know, stopped at around 60 plus ish, but the idea is still sort of there. He wants to get to a set number of drones, start raking in that income, and then just go full on ahead in terms of army. And Chase is looking to be a little bit sneaky here.
Yeah, with a Dropper Lord off to the left-hand corner, it looks like he may be looking to drop in a couple of Banelings as they do morph, question mark. Yeah, we'll see if he's able to get any damage done. Has to be careful though, since JusticeSimon is researching Blink, and if Chase waits a little bit too long, Blink can be done ready for defense.
That he can, but now JusticeSimon's moving across the map. He does have a recall available, but something tells me that he's not really going to need it, just going off of how many gateways he does in fact have. And in fact, in these low numbers, probes can actually fight Zerglings. You're going to lose quite a number of probes, but you'll at least be able to clean out the Zerglings.
What's a little bit scary is that JusticeSimon isn't going back home with his main army. He's still in the middle of creep, and he's still pushing more and more forward.
That's right. He has not popped the revelation yet, and here comes that concave. But very good force fields. That's an entire line.
Wow, just immediately force fields, and the Banelings do get
perfect as you could get with force fields. I have got to tell you, like, but there's just way too much Berserk here for Chase, or is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but towards the end, the Banelings connected with all the sentries. All the sentries went down. The Biles rained on top of the Immortals, and it looks like Chase has enough to hold.
Wow, it just goes to show you, man, sometimes all you need is just sheer numbers and connections there.
Yeah, I didn't see if the sentries ran out of energy. But yeah, like after that first like.
Low.
Yeah, after those first 2 walls, maybe because of the amount of force fields that he needed to make that giant wall.
Yeah, they were out of energy. I'm good. It makes sense that they were out of energy, just looking at how many sentries he had and how many force fields he popped out.
Yeah.
A single sentry at full energy, which these were not, can do what, 4 force fields?
Yeah, something along those lines. And now we have Chase on the offensive. He's a little bit supply blocked, so a little bit hurting there, but he does have quite a large army, and there are no immortals with this, and only 1 sentry.
That indeed he does, but he does not want to throw away this army. That's really the strength of Zerg, is to be able to throw your army and trade against your enemy and then remax. But once you're supply capped, not just supply blocked, but like actually oversupply, that's when you can't really do that.
Yeah, we do see Chase separating off a couple of banelings here. Maybe we'll try and sneak into the natural, or maybe try and surround the army, as we do have JusticeSimon moving out.
Nice force fields once again, but the tiny gap is still going to be used by Chase, as he does mention come in. Speaking of tiny gaps, a quick
nice
reaction coming out from JusticeSimon. Yeah, a very quick reaction. I am very impressed by our Vietnamese Protoss player Light.
Didn't even lose a single drone or worker to that. Wow.
Dude.
That was some nice defense. I will say the one thing that is lacking from his army, from JusticeSimon's army, is AoE, whether it's robo units or even Archons, just something to help with this Ling Bane count.
Yeah, he's playing it a little bit stubborn. It's almost like he wants to play a Soul Train, but it's not even a very effective Soul Train, as there is only 1 immortal in that army.
Yeah. Yeah, and
he is a stubborn cookie.
Yeah, and the Warp Prism got sniped, so he's forced to make another one, right? So it's another something that's being made with the Robo that's not an immortal now. But we do have JusticeSimon pushing in. Maybe he'll kill another base, but he's gonna get surrounded.
Yeah, he will. Look at the force fields once again, Light. I cannot get over them, but Chase will be able to. This army is not in the best position though for Zerg, and it looks like it can really go anyone's way. The Biles are amazing though, and looks like JusticeSimon is gonna have to recall or blink. There's that blink. GG is called, as the base evaporates, sort of mineral line of JusticeSimon does evaporate, and Chase is going to be able to take game number 1.
Yeah, some nice counter harassment there by Chase, as he was hurting the 3rd base of JusticeSimon as that engagement was happening. And yeah, I feel like that game, a lot of it did come down to Simon being a little bit stubborn when it comes to his army composition. He was just sticking with this mainly gateway army, and I feel like a lot of the Protoss strength comes from those higher tech units like Immortals or Colossus, Storm, Archon, something along those lines.
He definitely got tunnel vision there. I think after he moved out with his first Soul Train push, he saw, oh, I could have taken that army if I had just a little bit more force field energy, and after that he tried to do that again. But yeah, the tunnel is you don't want to be. I'm trying to come up with a metaphor, but I can't. Just don't get tunnel vision. That's all I gotta say, Light.
Yeah. Also, I do want to say this now that Chase has won the first game. Before the game started, as I was messaging him that we would be casting it, he was like, "Oh no, like I haven't been playing that much like these past couple of days. Like I'm not in form." He was like, "Get ready." He's like, "Get ready to be disappointed." I was like, "Mate, don't even try that. Don't even try to downplay yourself, right?"
Exactly. Did you play with cats lately?
Yeah.
What was that about? You trying to, But we are starting to get ready for our next map in the series. The suspense is there. What will Chase throw out? I have to wonder, Light. I am very excited.
I mean, everyone has seen the clip. You know, everyone's seen it. It's one of those things. I think Oreo said it when it happened. Like, why did Chase throw this out now instead of during his BlizzCon finals run? Like, it's one of those like things that comes left field that will only work that one time.
Oh, it's absolutely a classic. A classic DT build type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of why did he do it now? Why are we over here spawning into Eternal Empire? L-E-E-E-L-E. Ile. Which, as we all know, does in fact stand for Emeritus Elephant like Eskrem in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is gonna be our big brain himself. He is the Green Zerg, all the way from the land down under. He is representing Mind Freak SC. Everybody get ready for Chase.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss representing Alpha X. It is JusticeSimon.
Simon.
It's not happening. Right?
You almost got there that time.
God damn.
That's like a little bit of a pass between Justice and Simon there. One day I'll get you too. One day I'll get you.
God damn it. Meanwhile, JusticeSimon being a little bit ambitious, you know, getting that probe to zap that hatchery a little bit.
And you know, this is how you know that. No, wait, I'm thinking the wrong one.
What?
I was gonna say something like, "Oh yeah, this is how you know Chase is a recent player," but I'm like, no, I'm thinking JusticeSimon.
God damn it.
He didn't go for the probe when he had the opportunity, is what I'm going for.
I mean, Chase, it's hard to say. Chase has been around for a longer time than JusticeSimon, but he's relatively recently like a GM player. I guess maybe since like 2018, 2017. I know that like I was speaking to him when I met him that like for the longest time he was a fan of a lot of these players, that he ended up becoming teammates with, and that was kind of like this moment of realization where like, hey, like I'm actually like standing alongside these people, and he was like very humbled by it, and he felt like very like, I don't know, he's like one of those guys, you know, he's like, oh, like it's just really cool to be here, you know, like, yeah. He's a really lovable guy.
so much humbleness. You only pulled out the proxy hatch once.
Only once.
But speaking of humility, here comes JusticeSimon with a bit of a more meta build here.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. This used to be a lot more common in the past, where you would just go for DT like DTs and then into Archons after they got defended.
I feel like they're starting to make a comeback lately, actually.
Yeah. More recently,
here comes Chase coming into the scout, and he does in fact see it. So we'll see if JusticeSimon goes straight into Archons, or if he'll still try to get something done with the DTs.
Yeah, and we'll see if Chase actually reacts this time, because last time he saw the Stargate and he didn't have a spore in his natural, and he lost 7 workers. So we'll see if he gets detection. He still lost 7 workers.
Yeah, but
yeah. We'll see.
You know, if he got spores, he'd have lost 9.
I don't
choose 2 of those workers become spores, right?
I don't think that's accurate. I don't think. We do have some.
Maybe he will only make 1. There's the detection coming out now. The lair as well on its way, so gonna have a much more mobile form of detection there, in the form of overseers. Well, JusticeSimon's still gonna have to go for it. Still gonna have to defend against this. Not quite a Ling rush, but that's actually quite a number of Lings.
He's got to be able to kill the Adept, and there's still the Stalker behind it as a secondary wall.
But defensive DTs, man, they are pretty dang good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good so far. Chase forced a DT to be warped in defensively, but we do have a couple of DTs here at the third base, and oh my god, are they going to get the kill?
But where are the units to actually make use of that detection?
Oh god,
where are they, Chase? Where are they? JusticeSimon isn't target firing. JusticeSimon isn't target firing. A hot pickup right at the end. Chase losing 6 drones as well as that hatchery. He has no choice but to almost go all in at this point.
Oh my god.
And that would be disastrous for JusticeSimon. It is starting to get low light. It is starting to get low. It's being targeted down. Right at the last second. Whew, I don't know why I got worried there. This is JusticeSimon we're talking about.
Oh my god, yeah, this is... JusticeSimon has done so much with this, and because Chase had those lings across the map, he didn't have them at home to defend and protect the third base, and it went down in the end. From here, we'll see what JusticeSimon decides to do. There are 12 lings on the way, so I imagine he's going to want to apply a lot of pressure.
Well, either that or really turtle up, because I feel like Chase's best course of action right now is to essentially go all in, try to at least kill the natural, and get back in it, or just end the game. So JusticeSimon, he's trying to keep active on the map here, but that might not be the right call. Still gonna have a couple of DTs over here in Chase's bases.
Yeah, and he's not anywhere near in position to defend against them. He's just going all in. You know, he's trying to bust through the front door, but there are already 2 Immortals here. He only has 2 Ravagers to try and bust through the force fields. There's so many sentries as well. I think JusticeSimon is completely fine.
Absolutely. Once this attack clears up, 11 drones have gone down. There is no course of action for Chase here, other than just pray that JusticeSimon stays on his side of the map for 30 minutes.
Yeah, the only option would be to try and keep JusticeSimon busy and drone up behind this, but he's lost so many of his Roaches and his Ravagers, and with the Warp Prism, he can just chase all of this down.
I get it.
Hey!
Yep. There is a reason why the Warp Prism is the best unit in the game, and that is the micro potential. GG is called, and JusticeSimon is taking this to the tie. Sideways 1-1 ace match.
Yeah. Goes to game 3.
That game
and
lasted 720.
It did last 720. It's such a shame as well, because Chase, he saw the opening, he saw the Dark Shrine, he knew what was coming his way. He just didn't have what he needed to defend at home. I think I thought the same thing. I thought that applying pressure at the natural would force the DTs to be warped in at home, and keep them there and buy him some time. But yeah, only 1. The other 3 were warped in across the map, and
it does just sort of go to show you how well JusticeSimon sort of understands these numbers. He knows, okay, I just need 1 back at home. That's all I need to defend here. The rest of these DTs, I can just target fire his hatchery. And to be honest, I think Chase might have gotten a little... He might have underestimated the damage output of 3 DTs there. You can see him sort of scramble towards the end, but yeah, even that wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see what happens in game number 3. What I do like is that we have seen some variety from JusticeSimon. We've seen the Stargate opener, we've seen Dark Shrine opener. Are we going to see Twilight Council next? It's possible.
Hey, it's definitely not the JusticeSimon of old who had 1 build for every matchup, and for every matchup I don't mean 1 build each. I mean literally 1 build that he did.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see as we are getting set up in game number 3.
The final ace match. Well, not the final ace match, but I mean, you know, the final match of this series. Although you can't really although you could call it a match or you could call it a map. Personally, I think match is more synonymous. It's closer to series than it is to, you know, individual game or map. But then again, you know, you can consider individual maps a match. It's, you know, so long as you clarify what you mean, it's all good.
Yeah, I do love there are people in chat talking up Chase. Chase is that dude. The ladies want him, the men want to be him. That's exactly it.
He is absolute Chad peak. Meanwhile, for a couple of updates here on the bracket, Lunef going to be taking out his opponent 1-0 to now face Demilove, as well as Pez taking out Maelstrom 2-0, and will now be facing Mio Micah. A little bit of a rivalry there. Let's see how far that goes. The last time they faced, Pez had the upper hand. The time before that, it was Mio Micah.
Yeah, they seem to play against each other a lot in not just these tournaments, but also in GPOs. It's really cool to see.
And speaking of GPOs, here comes the player who is has he played in GPO? He played yeah, he did play. That's where the legendary meme came from. And if you'd like to know what we're talking about, !Discord over in the chat will bring you to our Discord server. Look at the latest pinned tweet over on the general channel and laugh as much as we have. In the we're spotting in on Everdream, by the way. LE, of course, standing for laughter ensues. That's what happens when you join a Discord server. Look at the pinned comment, not comment, pinned what message, which is a meme that Chase made. It's quite funny. In the top right, I'm going to map starting in the top right hand corner of the map. It is going to be our greens all the way from the land down under. He is the biggest brain on that plane. Australia strikes me as a very flat kind of place. I guess there are a couple of rocky cliffs, but no, but a cliff is flat, so it's like, you know. He is representing Mindfreak SC, the disciple of Cats and Mio Micah and True. Everybody give it up for Chase.
Went pool first, by the way. He went pool first. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss representing Alpha X. It is JusticeSimon.
I gotta be honest with you, Light. I kind of hope you follow JusticeSimon now. Just to see how long it takes before you break.
It's not happening. I don't know what I meant to break to. I don't understand. But yeah, we do have a pretty interesting opener coming out from Chase. He does have an earlier queen. It's a little bit odd because he did go for a pool first, but he didn't really go for it was like a safety pool first.
Well, it is Everdream, the map with the shortest rush distance in the current map pool.
Yeah, I guess I assume he thought that JusticeSimon was going to proxy or something along those lines. But yeah, here we have JusticeSimon going for a regular opener and coming out with these two adepts. And we'll see if he manages to get anything done, as there are a couple of links out for this, but adepts are pretty good.
That they are, but only two. Without glaives, they can actually get quite a bit of damage done. 4 drones have gone down already.
Yeah.
For the price of 2 adepts, that ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all. As well as, some scouting information. Did get into the main base. He did spot, just in case there was an early lair or an early roach warren or something along those lines. So nicely done there, and Chase is forced back home to try and take care of 2 more adepts.
Once again, actually letting that shade finish, but we now see why. As he does decide to go after some of these drones. Link speed has completed, and these Lings, they are super fast on creep. 1 adept making it out, but I don't see it surviving for too much longer.
Yeah, it should be cleaned up.
Like so. Meanwhile, if Chase was trying to go for some kind of link pressure, that was kind of halted there by JusticeSimon, as he's now prepared back at home with his own defenses, so even with a double gate. Meanwhile, going to go for a bit of that Oracle harass that we know him for.
Yeah, and just like in previous games, Chase is on point with his Overlord scouting. He was able to send his Overlord in and see everything that was coming. Ooh, nice catch here. He also catches these 4 adepts that could potentially be going out on the map. So he should also prepare himself for that as well. We have spores.
This time he does. Yep, we got a spore and less oracles this time. Ooh. So I'm thinking Chase is looking mighty fine.
Yep, only 2 workers do go down. He doesn't have a spore in his natural, so he could be in a little bit of trouble if the Oracle decides to go there. But so far, so good.
Yeah, I suppose that's one advantage of Everdream over Nightshade. Your natural base isn't as exposed to air. harass.
Yeah, he kind of rolled the dice there. He assumed that the main was the more likely target, so he only threw down his spore there, and delayed his spore in his natural instead. And, you know, it worked out for him. It's pretty good.
Chase, is he going to go across the map here?
Yep.
He is, in fact, marching Queens. Let's look at the production tab. 6 roaches are on the way. Oh, maybe Chase just wanted to, you know, chase down these oracles.
Nah, man. you don't send Queens across the map.
Maybe he just really has a vendetta against these oracles. You know, you never know.
It's possible. It's definitely possible, but we do have more and more roaches on the way. Lings as well to reinforce. Nothing else in the production tab. And we'll see how JusticeSimon responds, as we do have 2 shield batteries being made, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I would like to see a couple of stasis wards, but that's always up to Simon. As you say, he might want to use that energy on Pulsar Beam. Meanwhile, even more oracles are being made, but one of them might get sniped! You gotta be careful, Simon! Alright, he has been careful, and that oracle is still alive. Meanwhile, really starting to turtle up at the front door here. Chase looking to get that contain.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit worried because, as you said, there were no stasis wards down from these oracles. Instead, they're going to be used as DPS, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. There are a lot of oracles, though, so they could deal a lot of damage. Oh, the transfuses!
And there are. Transfuse is looking very, very nice. So is shield battery, but it looks like JusticeSimon should just barely be able to hold this.
Yeah, oh my god, the oracles are just dealing so much damage. They focus on the queens, they focus on the ravagers, and now there's nothing but roaches left.
Nicely done by our Vietnamese Protoss player, but now he's going beyond his wall. He could look to get surrounded here, but there's just too much damage on these oracles, and he's not out of energy yet.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising. Those oracles were kind of the MVPs there. Were able to take out all of the higher tech units, the ravagers, the queens, and now Chase is looking to be in a rough position. We'll see if he can get anything done with this Ling run by. Maybe he could get a cancel off on the 3rd base.
Well, he's not joining up back at home, so that can only mean one thing here, Light. Chase is looking to do damage, and he is desperate to get that damage done. These oracles are almost out of energy, but the suckers do in fact survive, and there is still a fresh oracle there with quite a lot of energy. Meanwhile, these adepts are starting to go in. Chase is now starting to drone up as he realizes that he's kind of defeated, or not really defeated, but he can't ignore his economy.
Yeah, such a rough position. These adepts are just dealing more and more drone damage. He can't afford that right now. He's already so down in workers.
And he is. Oh, the adepts even managed to make it out and get another drone. This all while upgraded, I want to point out.
Yeah, glaveless adepts. Pretty good.
Quite a lot of, yeah. 6 drones, all by just clever shading.
Yeah, and now JusticeSimon, he has his 3rd base secured. He isn't that far ahead in workers, to be fair, only ahead by 8, so that is definitely something that Chase can close up. But at the end of the day, like, he's down when it comes to the army. Like, JusticeSimon, he kept the majority of his oracles alive. He has, what, 5 already. They're going to be so integral when it comes to the next push, because they can do the same thing. They can just jump in, kill the ravagers, kill the queens, even just deal more drone damage. There's no spore at the 3rd.
No, there is not, but there are not a lot of anti-air. Never mind. Saw roaches, and I got a little worried there.
Roaches don't shoot up, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. I would have. That's one idea that's been thrown around a lot, but I would love the idea if marauders or roaches or immortals, if they could just lie down on their backs, just they become straight up.
They're like turtles. They're stationary on their backs, like.
But speaking of stationary, this unit is not, and that's a lot of damage. Chase now has 1 Hail Mary, but it's already been scouted by JusticeSimon.
Is it gonna get killed?
It's in here. Latius are starting to go in. Chase is. Will it be killed? Will it be killed? Is it? It did not go up!
Wow. Jesus Christ. You can just see the
I
armies
can't
of planets
believe
love it. The
I
Nidus went down
cannot
and
believe it.
everything inside it just evaporated. Oh my god.
Chase
Wow.
just pulled a milk.
GG.
Well played.
Congratulations. Yeah, Justice
And this
Simon.
is why we wanted to cast the series, guys.
Yeah. Like even though Chase, like he really downplayed himself. Like he did play well throughout the series. Game one especially. These other games, he did go for an all in game three, and it didn't quite work out for him. And it's just so difficult to transition out of that once your initial push kind of gets stomped. But yeah, it's always cool to see Chase play and participate. And
on top of that, though, even after cleaning out that stomp, JusticeSimon just went full on the offensive. Not really committed, but he had so many oracles and just said, "I'm gonna force you to all in again." And we know how that happened the first time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
This time it actually didn't work less good than the first time.